Okay. Um, my name is Jamie Steele, and today you're gonna join me in discussing coping skills with COVID-19. Um, my pronouns are he, him, his, and what is um what is your name?
Joseph,
And what pronouns do you go by?
I go by he.
Okay. He, him, his. Would that be
Yes.
okay? Okay. Before we start this interview, I wanted to just briefly go over confidentiality. What confidentiality means is whatever you say to me stays here. However, if at any time during the conversation or the session, I believe that you're a danger to yourself or someone else, then I gotta let someone know. Do you understand confidentiality, or would you like to discuss confidentiality?
Yes, I understand it.
Okay. All right. Well, again, this video is being recorded. It's going to be used by myself and my professor, and the only persons allowed to see it will be myself and professor, and you, of course. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you again. The pandemic, COVID-19, it had brought on a profound impact on a lot of us, many challenges and changes to our lives, which affected our mental, emotional, and social well-being. Today, I wanted to explore how you dealt with COVID um, during those difficult times. This session is a safe space for you to express yourself. Your experiences are valid, and being here today is, a strength that we can rely on. And I just want to begin with asking you, when did you realize that COVID um, was going to be disruptive in your life?
It was in 2018 when I first heard about it. It was the time when I started hearing on the news that it was in China and it was
Okay.
spreading fast. And that kind of scared me because it made me think, wow, there's a lot of things that are going to happen and how quickly it was crossing the ocean. It was kind of like scary. For
Okay.
me, it was just.
So watching the news and hearing of how quickly it was coming to this side of the world, you were fearful. Um, what other feelings were you feeling at that time?
It was I was mostly like scared of it because I didn't know what it was gonna do and what it was gonna affect. Like how like 1 week it was across the ocean already, and I was like, wow, this is hitting fast. So it was kind of scaring me,
Okay.
and I was thinking about my health, and I was like, wow, am I gonna get sick? Am I gonna something bad gonna happen to me? So I was mostly scared.
Okay. Well, that's understandable. So you had a lot of uncertainties. Where were you at that time?
I was in Tucson, Arizona.
Were you living with people there in Tucson?
Um, I was in a group.
Okay. Now, when COVID came about, what coping mechanism or what coping skills did you find effective in maintaining your mental health?
I was mostly talking to a lot of people about it, like counseling and other people that I could talk to around me, positive thinking, but that was kind of like hard to do because how fast it was coming.
Wow. Okay. Now, you said you were talking to people. Um, were these people your support system? Um, and what did you guys discuss?
It was mostly support systems. Like we talked about the effects about it, what it does, and how you'll feel. And but the bad part was the death part that really got me like thinking. So I was kind of like worried about that part.
That is understandable. We had how we had to think about deaths during that time period. Going back to the question I was asking you about, um, what coping skills did you pick up during that time to deal with COVID um, affecting your mental health? You said talking. Was there anything else um, you were able to do?
Mostly music, try to keep my
Now,
mind busy.
keeping your mind busy, was this because there was a period of isolation?
Yes,
And how did you handle feelings of being isolated, or during that time you were isolated? How did you handle those feelings?
it was. I had to listen to music, uh, probably like play games on the phone, or you know, it was hard staying away from other people because we had to remember that we had to stay 6 feet away. It was hard, so it was probably depressing for me.
Okay.
Yes,
So the depression, you also felt trapped or like separated, you said, right? You were
yes.
separated, and how did you were you able to contact family during that time? How did
Just call family.
did you pick up any new routines brought on by the pandemic ever since then? Like for instance, some people after they got sick, they were on oxygen, or something significantly changed in their life. Has anything changed significantly in your life since COVID?
There was a lot of patience and mostly like an open heart because I was seeing a lot of like people getting really sick and how they changed their body
Did,
functions.
did you catch or did you get COVID at any time?
Yes, I got affected by it, um, but I didn't feel the symptoms of it. I was, I forgot what they call it.
Can you describe that for me? Like what you remember what was being described?
Um, I just took a COVID test and it ended up being positive. And mostly everybody was mostly like getting headaches, sweating, achy bones, and I was wondering why I wasn't feeling it, but they told me I was anti something like where some people can't feel it, but they have it.
Oh, okay. Now, since COVID, what are you doing differently in your life that has helped you to stay resilient during times of challenges?
I mostly like to take care of my health. I'm more into like knowing what's wrong with my body.
That's understandable. Okay, is there anything else that you would like to share about that time period? before I wrap things up. I know you gave us a scenario of you going through a period of depression, uncertainty. Um, you did indicate, there was some fear because of the way the disease was traveling. But anything else you would like to share?
It was just an emotional time that time. It was very depressing, and the process was very hard. I had to learn a lot, and that's all I have to say.
Okay, well, COVID is coming and going. Um, Make sure you get your vaccinations and keep updated with them. Um, always wash your hands, and if you do feel sick, stay home, or wear a mask. If you have to go out to get medical care. But again, thank you, um, Joseph. Correct?
Yes,
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your help today in helping me discuss with you the exploring various ways you develop coping strategies during this difficult time. Thank you.